LG presents 3 new smartphones here on the IFA in Berlin. Over here we have 2 ones we have known already, the Bello and the Fino. We're coming to those a little bit later. And this one is a new, let's call it flagship. It's a 3GS, kind of 3G mini, but as you will learn, it's good that LG hasn't called it like that, because there is more differences between the 3G and the 3GS than it's just only smaller. But first of all, it's having in common that it's again this kind of metal finish plastic surface over here. I hope you can see this metal stripes, and it's also feeling like metal. Or let's get the 3G. This is a big one, as you can see, just the dark version over here. And by the way, when we're on the back side, we again have this laser autofocus that's very quick and shall be very precise. And of course that backside button here, on off standby and volume. By the way, this is the same on these devices down here. It's kind of little brothers, because you have on both and on all 3 devices this knock on, meaning double tap to wake, and on this all of these will support, it's called knock code. I programmed this on this 3GS over here. So for example, if you tap like this, you have unlocked the screen just by tapping on the screen, and you now in the newer version you can, wherever you want to, in every size you want to. I guess you got what I wanted to telling you. So this is present on all devices, but there are differences, of course. As I told you, we have, for example, just 8 megapixels camera, no 4K videos. It's the Snapdragon 400 processor. I mean, you have, 4 cores, but just 1.2 gigahertz instead of 2.5 gigahertz on the big one. This is a Snapdragon 801, totally different. League, meaning this is a flagship, this is a mid-class product, and this is, you see that in the price, because at least here in Germany, Europe, we have a recommended retail price of 349 euros for the 3GS, and the big 3G is starting by 549 euros for the 16 gigabyte version, and the bigger one with 32 gigabyte internal memory is 499 euros. So upper class, middle class. So, of course, the display is smaller, so the device is smaller, that's for sure. But let's have a comparison over here. This is 5.5 inch, 5 inch. That QHD resolution, remember, 1440 by 2560 pixels, extremely high pixel density, 537 ppi. Maybe this is world record, at least as far as I know. It's one of the devices with the highest pixel density, meaning the sharpest quality of panel. And this over here is 720 by 1280 pixels. This might be some 300 ppi, 300, 537. So this is a totally different league. But let's be honest. Let's go over here to networks to see these texts, for example, to compare both. It's kind of the same size, and first of all, you see the difference of the lighting. So the 3GS is not extremely that bright. Both are on maximum brightness, of course. And now compare those texts, for example, down there. Okay, you can see a little difference. It's a little sharper over here. Of course it is, but it's not that big a difference that you would say, I cannot bear this over here on the 3GS. So especially for the kind of target group I have in mind, this LG will try to reach with this one. Yeah, let's have a closer look down there, because again, We have removable battery. This is a combined SD card and SIM card slot. Officially on all devices supported SD cards with 32 GB, but in normal cases 64 is no problem at all, but it's not guaranteed. In some cases I have had 128 GB cards working on those, so we have to try out. 8 megapixels camera, no 4K videos, but LTE, UMTS, HSPA+, and so on. So same kind of difference, and especially 8 GB internal memory. That's not too much, but for normal, regular users, way enough, no problem at all. These two is now done. Let's come to the Fino. I will start with the prices over here because they are kind of different, but very, very close together comparing to the price, because this one, recommended retail price, again, 179, 189, just 10 euros different. So what's the difference? I guess this, is kind of short and, feeling great, simply great in your palm because it's so compact. But 4.5 inch display, 480 by 800 pixels, so it's a lower class Snapdragon 200 processor too, meaning you have quad core but 1.2 gigahertz only, and internal memory just 4 GB, so that's not much for someone who has, let's say, 50 or 100 apps, no problem at all. But if you have some, do not know, 300, 400, 500 apps, it could be a little bit problematically, because you cannot move all your apps to the SD card over here. So some have to remain in the internal memory, and that's kind of a little bit could be a problem if you're a heavy user. By the way, feeling the backside over here, I hope you can see this is kind of rough, and it's not only looking like this, it's really also feeling like that. You must not love this, but for me it's kind of okay. I find this fine, but I wanted to show you this one over here. But nevertheless, it's resting great in your palm. I really love the compact form design, and both have 8 megapixels camera. Both do not support LTE, but 3G. HSPA+, meaning you have download rates in 3G networks up to 21 megabit per second. Again, let's go here with this knock on. So here we have 8 GB internal memory, and the display size is 5 inch. 580 by 854 pixels, so kind of the same pixel numbers. Here we again have that Snapdragon 200 overhead with 1.3 instead of 1.2 gigahertz, but never mind. So kind of the same one, but it's a totally different form factor. Let me compare like this again on the right corner down here. So you see this is kind of a difference, of course, even if they're just 10 euros difference in the price. Let's have a look through the under the surface here again. Removable battery, combined slot, SIM card, SD card. As I told you, it's kind of the same product, but we have 8 GB internal memory instead of 4, and the bigger screen. So I could imagine that most of the buyers will go with the Bello in this case instead of the Fino, but maybe you love the form design like me, then you might depend or decide to tend to the Fino, but maybe there are different price segments in different countries. I do not know at the moment. All right, that's, I hope, so at least enough of a first impression here of the 3 LG new devices, 3GS coming, right now, 349 euros, Fino end of September, around that, 179 euros, and 4 weeks later, the Bello, meaning kind of end of October, 189. Thanks for watching. Please take care, and try to remind that to recommend my channel and to subscribe to it. Thanks for that in advance. Thanks for watching. Take care.